is contract J. Banicki Construction, Inc., Jomax Parkway, Vistancia Boulevard to Loop 303 improvements. And I will ask our city manager, Mr. Tyne, to begin.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. There's considerable interest in the planned construction projects to provide additional access along Loop 303 in northern Peoria. To that end, Adina Lund, our Development and Engineering Director, will present a contract for your approval to construct at Jomax Parkway, Vistancia Boulevard to Loop 303. And with that, I'll pass it over to our Engineering Director.
Good evening. I'm very happy to be here to talk about this project. It's been a long time in the making, as so many of our projects. I wanted to start with a little bit of the background on the project. As you are probably aware, right now, Loop 303 is undergoing a widening project by ADOT between Happy Valley and Lake Pleasant Parkway. They're also building a new traffic interchange at Jomax, which is where this project comes into play. Both of these projects are part of the MAG Regional Transportation Plan, also known as our Prop 400 or our half-cent sales tax. So both of these were funded many years ago. They're also part of our city transportation plan that is embedded within the general plan that our voters just approved in November. This new interchange will help to serve the Vistancia commercial core area, that 300 acres that we're hoping to activate. That is also served by the Lone Mountain interchange. It may possibly activate some state land parcels along Loop 303 as well, causing them to go into auction, which would be wonderful for us. As you know, there's much residential growth in the area, and I've listed some of the subdivisions that are under construction. Surprise, in the county also have many subdivisions along Happy Valley Road, far to the west, that are under construction. This has caused a lot of congestion at Happy Valley and Vistancia Boulevard and at the Happy Valley interchange with the Loop 303. So we conducted a design concept report, which is a fancy name for a study. And we included all of our partners, and we looked at the entire area for Jomax within our city. And we broke it into the 4 segments as shown on the graphic. The blue segment is what we're talking about tonight. The green segment, which reaches from Vistancia to El Mirage Road, we are showing that that would be needed in year 2030. It could be advanced in the future if El Mirage Road connects to the 303 before then. Then we're showing a section on the east side of the Loop 303. The tiny little orange section, that goes from the interchange across the Beardsley Canal. And that section we showed, if there is any interest in the future of that sand and gravel operation, having trucks be able to get to that interchange. So just to build that section across the canal is $7 million, and then there would still need to be a road for that sand and gravel operation. And that would be coordinated through state land and other property owners in the area. The yellow or goldenrod is that connection from Beardsley to Tierra del Rio, and it crosses a major wash and the Agua Fria River. So the price tag on that is a whopping $70 million. We are projecting that would be needed after 2040. So long after many of us will be sitting here. But I just wanted to show you that we have taken this into consideration, and because it's regionally funded, we did bring in all of the partners to look at this together. So let's get back to where we're supposed to be talking about tonight, and that's what we're building. So as you can see, the Loop 303 interchange was always planned to be there, and ADOT is out there building the last remaining segments. Our section will provide 2 lanes in each direction, connecting to Vistancia Boulevard with a new signal. It will include median modifications for turn lanes needed on Vistancia. There will be a landscape median on Jomax, and that will be filled with desert vegetation, and I mean desert vegetation. It will be cacti and desert trees because there is no water in the area. So we'll be doing a temporary irrigation system for 6 months to establish the plants. It's all very interesting. We've been working with parks on it. We have included some pictures of the construction that's been going on the 303. So just if you haven't been out there, it's always fascinating to watch construction, at least from my point of view. For this project, we went through the procurement process, which materials management and finance handles for us. We had 6 contractors bid on the project, and the bids range from our low bid tonight, which is approximately $3.6 million, to $4.2 million. The 3 lowest bids were all under $3.8 million, which is always good for us to see that there wasn't a great discrepancy between those lower bids. J. Banicki is the low bidder, and they have done past work in Peoria. They have been awarded job on-call contracts with us before for our bridge program and roadway projects. So they're very familiar with our process and procedures, and we've worked well together. One thing we always like to talk about is traffic. What's going to happen during construction? The pictures that you see of ADOT's project, they were able to erect temporary concrete barrier and maintain traffic flow through the area on the 303. Shoulders are taken away in much of the area, but the travel lanes remain. For our project, we will only be out in the middle of traffic when we're connecting into Vistancia, doing that signal and median work. The plan right now is to have nighttime closures between 8 and 5 a.m. with one lane open in each direction. If we did have a closure, we would minimize it for the specific work that had to be done. So as we sit down with the contractor, we will detail when those timeframes are. We also have a public involvement plan so we can notify the people in the area that use the road. On to the bigger project schedule. As you can see, ADOT's big orange project, stretching all the way from Happy Valley to Lake Pleasant. They started in December. Our project, the little tiny section next to the star, will be starting in March or April of this year. The construction is coordinated between both companies and the project managers attending each other's construction meetings. And both projects are scheduled to be open in the end of January of 2022, so a year from now. And ideally, COVID will be much in control and we can have a lovely ribbon cutting and celebrate this new connection to the north from the 303. Staff is recommending that we award the contract to J. Banachke Construction in the amount of $3.5 million and some change to construct Jomax Parkway from Vistancia to the Loop 303 interchange. Do you have any questions for me?
Thank you. Council, are there any questions for Ms. Lund? No questions, because it was such a great presentation. So do we have a motion on item 12R?
I motion to approve item 12R.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council, please vote. And it passes unanimously.